The cold days of winter are over and the spring thaws on, giving scientists the chance they've been waiting for to try out the latest technology. They're trying to figure out the best way to keep fish cool and comfortable in Upper Shavers Fork throughout the hot days of the summer.
Airborne thermal imaging is what we're looking at today to measure surface water temperatures so that we can determine where are the groundwater influences to the system, where are the seeps, where are the springs, where's the river contacting groundwater. Those places in the summertime will be cool water.
WVU has spent the last 20 years studying water temperatures here at Shavers Fork, but before this, it's kind of a hit or miss technique. While it gave them good data,
That's perfect. That's perfect.
We got great thermal data here. This is great.
it didn't really paint this kind of thermal picture of the river.
Essentially what they're doing is putting out temperature loggers at intervals down the stream, and you can imagine they're getting sort of a spot analysis of temperature and not a holistic view of the distribution of temperature, which is really what we're after.
With the snow melting, there's a lot of cold water runoff right now, so the relatively warm groundwater and the spring seeping into the river are fairly easy to spot. This information comes straight to the cameras in the sky. The dark blue is the colder water, but you can see blips where groundwater is seeping up. In the summer, this will be reversed. The groundwater will be cooled down the river, and you'll be able to see where the warm water is.
Temperature is a big factor here. We've seen summertime temperatures recorded at Cheat Bridge up to 90 degrees, which is lethal to fish and brook trout in particular. We could do all the habitat restoration we want, and if we have very warm water, you know, what have we done? What have we accomplished?
Ultimately, Paul, the DNR, and other scientists hope to accomplish a lot, restoring a historic brook trout stream to its old grandeur. It's hard to believe by looking at this part of Shavers Fork today, but just a couple of years ago, this stretch of water was hardly more than a shallow stretch of water, too hot even for fish to hang out in much of the year. That's a far cry from what it was 100 years ago.
Shavers Fork was historically one of the best brook trout streams in the eastern United States. Historical logging, railroad construction, acid precipitation, a whole host of problems over the years have reduced its ability to hold fish and provide fishing for fishermen.
Thanks to some work done by the DNR to put permanent structures in strategic locations, this little hole is full of trout. You can see the way the water's flowing around what's called a J structure.
It's a place to be. It provides resting places, it provides feeding places. In this case, it helps cool the main stem here. If you're a fisherman coming upstream and looking for a place to fish, that's a place to fish. It wasn't before.
The DNR has done a lot of work on Shavers Fork. They pumped limestone sand in to address the acidity level, leaving one big issue left to solve.
The stream acidity problem's been solved. What was left was a habitat problem and a temperature problem. Main stem restoration structures are designed to address both.
If you look, you'll find about 20 of these structures up and down the Upper Shavers Fork. And if you can see below the water, you'll see a ton of trout just hanging out. That's exactly what the biologists and fishermen want to see. For West Virginia Wildlife, Patrick McMurtry, Eyewitness News.